In the darkest depths of the water, life bends and twists the rules to exist against all odds, and the result is a terrifying show of evolution. These are the creepiest creatures found in the ocean. The twilight zone marks the beginning of the deep waters, and it lies 1,000 meters below the surface. In the twilight zone, sunlight is sparse and temperatures start to drop, making conditions already unsuitable for any creature that delves close to the surface. The life forms in the twilight zone have evolved to make use of the darkness, and their bodies either emit strange lights or possess a translucent quality, which is seldom seen in other creatures. Take the glass squid, for example. This species of squid has an entirely translucent body. Its organs and nervous system are visible as the little creature floats around in search of prey. This translucent quality allows the squid to hide from predators and efficiently hunt for food. When darkness becomes the only reality for these life forms, they must learn how to use it to their advantage. Much like the glass squid, the glass octopus has an entirely translucent body as well. This rare and elusive species of octopus only has solid eyes. The rest of its body mirrors a crystal clear glass. Species with glass-like qualities make use of the darkness to hide themselves and better hunt down unsuspecting prey. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have sea life forms that make use of light to survive in the twilight zone. When darkness is all that you know, light becomes a weapon. The firefly squid is an excellent example. Through a chemical reaction caused by light-emitting molecules, the firefly squid emits an ethereal bioluminescent glow, which allows it to detect prey and predator in the dark. There is also the blood belly-comb jelly, a fascinating deep-sea predator with an intense red colour. Since red light never reaches the twilight zone, the jelly appears completely dark in the water. It also possesses colourful hair strands which pulse with mesmerising rainbow colours. The wonders of the creatures in the twilight zone are never-ending. In a place where conventional life is not supported, we get to see forms bending the rules and surviving against all odds. The twilight zone is also known for the wondrous DL migration, a mesmerising spectacle where lanternfish and all manner of small creatures swim up to the surface and feast on plankton. This vertical migration makes the twilight zone a fascinating starting point, but the mysteries of evolution only become more distorted the deeper down we go. The midnight zone is where things start to get more dire. This zone lies 4,000 meters below the surface, and over here life is entirely unsustainable. Absolutely no light enters this zone and temperatures are close to freezing. The waters are cold and the pressure starts to ramp up. However, despite these impossible conditions, life can be found even in this dark abyss of the world. In such intense darkness, there is no surprise that something as terrifying as the dragonfish calls the midnight zone its home. Although it may be easy to get spooked by this strange-looking creature, the dragonfish is quite the remarkable predator. It emits an odd red glow that cannot be seen by anyone except for the dragonfish itself. The dark appearance and sharp fangs of the dragonfish make it a terrifying addition to the midnight zone. But the anglerfish is even more strange. The female anglerfish possess a luminescent stick, which glows eerily, hoping to attract any prey. However, the reproduction process of the anglerfish is entirely otherworldly. Male anglerfish are born small and weak, so they latch onto the body of a female angler using strong jaws. The male then shrivels down to an empty husk, only its sperm remains. Meanwhile, the female anglerfish sustains the husk of the male fish by using her own blood. Such drastic measures are only seen in the depths where life is not sustainable. When we think about evolution, we often think of something entirely boring and trivial. But the depths of the ocean show us that evolution is merciless and life will be supported no matter the cost. Even though things are quite intense in the midnight zone, we have only scratched the surface when it comes to deep sea creatures and their dwellings. The abyssal zone is a vast expanse of nothingness that lies 6,000 meters below the surface. As the name suggests, this zone is similar to an abyss where even plant life and coral reefs are absent. Absolutely no light enters this void, making it a place that seems cruel to life itself. The pressures here would kill conventional living creatures, and yet the abyssal zone is no stranger to life. The life forms here are largely affected by deep-sea gigantism, a curious condition which causes species to grow bigger in size compared to their surface-dwelling colleagues. Since the pressure in the abyssal zone is immense and food is scarce, the species here have adapted to withstand such intense conditions. The giant isopods found in the abyssal zone are much larger in size. They are almost as big as cats scurrying on the ocean floor. Another mystical example of deep-sea gigantism is the colossal squid, a massive, bulky entity that can be seen as the king of the abyssal zone. The colossal squid has a heavy, thick body and long, agile tentacles. It can store a massive amount of energy while using its arms to hunt for food in the deep. There is also the remarkable vampire squid. This species of squid has web-like tentacles which are expert at catching drifting plankton remains. The vampire squid can also hold a large amount of oxygen, and it has the ability to turn itself inside out. Definitely a curious ability, but necessary for survival. In such far corners of the ocean life, growth and reproduction are also slow. Take the Greenland shark, for example. This species is known to live an extremely long life due to its slow metabolism. Life, as we know it, slows down to something sacred and ancient, and we can witness it when we explore the inhabitants of such zones. Another fascinating aspect of the abyssal zone is that some sea creatures feed on whale carcasses that occasionally fall to the bottom of the ocean. These carcasses sustain life in the zone for several decades. Such opportunistic events are rare, but they sustain the ecosystem in the abyssal zone. This dead area becomes a hub of activity because of a dead carcass. The Hadal zone, named after Hades, god of the underworld, is the deepest part of the ocean. It lies 11,000 meters below the surface. Here the pressure is greater than anything we have seen in the previous zones. It can instantly crush human beings and animals not suited for the environment. The Hadal zone is almost entirely inaccessible to human beings. And most of our knowledge about this zone comes from scientific equipment and studying sea animals that are left stranded on the shore. One of the most remarkable species to be found in the Hadal zone is the snailfish. This species has a gelatinous quality because it has no solid bones. The snailfish has a complex molecular structure which allows it to withstand the crushing pressures of the deep trenches. The Hadal zone is also home to amphipods, strange crustaceans who have a compressed body which allows them to swim sideways in the ocean's depths. These creatures are terrifying because of what their existence entails, but this quality makes them wondrous as well. Looking into the abyssal zone can help us learn more about the different ways in which life is sustained on distant, foreign planets. The Magna squid is another life form that has an alien-like quality which makes the water on Earth seem otherworldly. Sightings of this rare species are precious and rare, but one look at this entity and we can see the awe and terror when it comes to marine life. The Magna squid looks like a thin, wispy alien drifting in the depths with long, ghostly arms. This is just one of the many examples of how life can be found in different shapes and forms. The myriad zones of the ocean are just a testament to how resilient life can be, even when it comes down to the molecular level. This stubbornness to live in sea creatures can be mysterious, but also inspiring.